Flooded everywhere.
Welcome to spring in New Hampshire. So what I'm doing today is I'm trying to get over there. I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a bit. It's get back to an old home site that I haven't been to in almost 8 years. Long time. And it's an interesting area because there's a home site in the most unobvious place. We've had access to this place for years, and it was one of the first places that made me go, wow, these old colonial settlers really could have put their homes anywhere, and this is one of them. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get through this old farm, which is flooded, to the wall and then into the next square, and I'll explain to you the setup when we get out there. So let me keep pushing forward and hopefully we'll keep the feet dry. It's like 100 times worse here than it was years ago with the water. Yeah, I know it's springtime, but wow, I just had to go a quarter mile down and back to get around the muck, and the river's ripping. Anyways, so when they would grant and grid the properties back in the colonial days, square lots all throughout the towns, and most of the time somebody lived in those squares. Just on the other side of the wall there, that's one of them, and there's a site out there, late 1700s, right around the American Revolution. And at that point, when we found it years ago, it was difficult to find because there's no roads. There's only the big square. It's probably 50 acres. And then in the middle, in between the rolling hills, a little footprint, a little cellar hall. So that's where we're going, just because I have not been here in a long time. So let's do it. Yeah, more time later. I've been up, I'm coming back down. I can't get across the river. Like just a hair out of jumping reach. Might be the best of it. Now back up the river. Just trying to get to the point where we used to cross so I can find the place. Wow. Oh, we're here. And again, I almost walked by it because it's just what's left of it. Little stack of rocks, probably from the chimney. And a not so deep cellar. An interesting build with the house embanked on the hill. He's in a little valley here. But yeah, nice to be out here once again. So the thought, as I was thinking about this last night, it'd just be interesting to come out and see what we can find, if anything, and roam around a bit. You know, looking at it with aged eyes. There was supposed to be another site up a bit and over. We never found it. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not, but let's Let's give this a swing. That sounds too bright to even be deep. Yeah. Number 10 shotgun shell. Climax Co. It's actually the first of the year, so whatever. That's a coin. That's actually quite shocking for right near the cellar hole and the amount of time we put into it. That is something different. Oh, it's a V-nickel, I think. Wow. No kidding. Now that is really interesting because the V-nickels are like late 1800s, early 1900s, so that was from somebody traveling through here, because this site had been abandoned early 1800s. That's my first coin of the year. Beautiful. Shotgun shell. 22 slug. Got some wind. Ah, it's just a 22 slug. Probably ammo. No. It's pewter. Might be part of a spoon handle. Well, it's a relic. Definitely old metal. Cool. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I gave that an hour, like I wanted to do, for nostalgic reasons. And now, for the quest of it all, I want to take a walk up, see if we can find that other site. And if we can't, there's another spot I want to swing on the way back. So, got a few things to do in a few hours here, and that's next, so let's head out. So, as always, great to revisit these old spots from history. The V-nickel was a surprise, wow. But it's time to discover. Hopefully, never know. Essentially, this is the corridor. I'm assuming the old cart path. It's just supposed to be up to the north and a bit over to the east. I remember it being somewhat confusing in here because of all these small rolling hills. You kind of get lost in whichever one you thought you were in. We'll try to stay in this one. Oh, it feels so good to be back out in the woods. So see what I'm saying? You have all these trenches. You know, you go down into one, you start walking, and you're off from where you thought you were. But somewhere in this general area is where, presumably, we've heard was an old home site, same era. And, you know, it could have been just a cabin on the ground. You know, we gotta look for some cornerstones or a footprint. I don't ever recall seeing a cellar hole out here, or we would have documented it. There's some nail iron. Lead melted. Well, it's definitely interesting. We're on a lift. There's definitely some placed rocks in lines. There's iron around it, but I'm not finding anything. But you can see, well, I can see up there, logging long ago. They dragged right down through here. This could have been the spot. Try for a few more minutes, see if we can find anything. If not, move on. Nothing. That's the only place that's even slightly looked like it might have been. We spent a lot of time combing these hills. Still haven't found it, but that is why you always need to go back, because you never know. One day you might find it. Alright, I'm going to go back across the river and swing over there where there was a little field. That'll be the last location of the day. Okay, first signal over here. Familiar numbers. Wow, another 22 slug all the way over here. Can't get away from these things. Alright, last one I'll show you. Big bullet. Shotgun Willie. Lead slug. Casing. Oh, a thing. Definitely a thing. Not ammo. Domed, beveled edge, hollow, pewter. No idea. But it ain't ammo and we'll take it. Well, everybody, thanks for joining me. It was good to get back here. We didn't find too many things. That coin, though, wow, that made it worth the trip. And I just enjoyed re-looking at all, you know, the old spot where we were a long time ago. All right, see you guys very soon. Get out, explore your world, and enjoy You're Not Thursday.